Hello. Okay, today I decided I would share a fun fact about me. A jacket to prove that I was a majorette. And it's a little chilly, so I'll put it on. When I first started my job out of college, I was working at an advertising agency, and I heard a meeting going on about a commercial they were going to shoot for Get in Shape Girl, and I heard my boss talking about the fact that they were going to hire a baton twirler or find a baton twirler in Amsterdam. And after the meeting was over, I ran in there and I said, you know what, I can teach baton twirling. And guess what? I went to Amsterdam and taught about 15 little Dutch girls how to twirl batons. There's plenty of things in the house that you can twirl. Let me demonstrate right here. I pulled a few out. We've got a vacuum cleaner, part of a vacuum cleaner. I have my baton there. I have a duster. I grabbed a piece of driftwood because I'm at the beach, and a couple of large spoons. Now, the key to baton twirling, or twirling anything, is that your wrist is loose. You don't want to be like holding it like this and struggling, and if you do that, because then what's going to happen? You have no mobility in the arm, okay? Because it's going to look very stiff. So what you want to do is loosen your wrist up. That was attractive. Sorry. Okay, what you want to do is loosen your wrist up. And you want to have the baton loosely in your fingers, like so. So that you're just slightly twisting. So it's really, really easy. Like you're not moving it through your fingers. You know, some people think that baton twirling involves your fingers. It has nothing to do with your fingers. All right, it's just your wrist, and it's being loose about your wrist, and it's guiding the baton. So one side passes your arm on the outside, then the next side passes your arm on the inside, then the next side passes your arm again on the inside, and then the last part passes your arm on the outside. Hey, you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to Dyson right now, because this is part of my Dyson vacuum. There's the Dyson logo. Okay, so you're going to guide it on the outside, then you're going to guide it on the inside, then you're going to guide this one to the inside, that's where it's tricky, and then this one to the outside. So it's out, in, out. Out, in, out. So we've got that part, right? Then we swing the arm over to the other side, so you're going to cross it across your face, and then you're just going to do a scoop behind you. See how I even bent my elbow? It's not hard. I do it when I'm doing it for real. I do it like this. But you can actually just bend your elbow for the first time. Just scoop. So this is a backward scoop. Okay, we're not going towards the body. We're going behind scoop. So we've got, it's always, the baton is, the vacuum cleaner is always going up in the beginning. So out, in, out, bring your arm around, scoop, bring your arm down and across your body, and back to the beginning. So the arm is doing this just in a nice circle. We can all do that very easily. And then your wrist is doing out, in, out, scoop, out, in, out, over your head, scoop, and cross in front of your body. So the same thing goes for the other hand, by the way. So out, in, out, and you can be doing the out, in, and out on the way over, and then the scoop, and then in front, and so then it starts to look like this. And literally I'm doing out, in, out, scoop. So it really is a basic move and a combined arm swing that makes it look super fancy, like you really know what you're doing. So you too can twirl a baton or a vacuum cleaner. We're going to do the feather duster now. Let's get in the frame. Here we go. Out, in, out, over your head and in front. Out, in, out, over your head and front. Out, in, out, scoop. Out, in, out. So faster, out, in, out, in, out. It's so easy. It's really crazy easy, people. Isn't this fun? I can show you some other things, but we'll save that for another video. This is called hand to hand. This is called under the leg. This is called behind the back. So you can actually hand it over to the other hand, behind the back. But we don't have to get complicated on lesson number 1. When we get to the advanced class, when you come back for the advanced session, I will show you how to do 2 hands Boy, my jersey's really coming out right now. Here, let's do two things that aren't, okay? But see how out, in, out? Like I'm just doing two hands, the same thing. They're just doing a mirror image of each other. Out, in, out. But I'm doing two hands at once. So it's really as simple as being able to get your other hand to do out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out. Let's do it with the baton once. Out, in, out. I even loosen up my fingers. Like sometimes it's not even in my hand like this. Sometimes I even have it like just between my fingers, because you can really just hold it very loosely when it's a baton. It's one more thing I want to leave with is when I was in Amsterdam and I taught the little girls how to twirl. One of them, her name is Nicolene, she wrote me letters for years, and then we got on email together and whatnot. And recently I was in Amsterdam about a year ago, and I went to see her as an adult with her children. I mean, her children are older than she was when I taught her batons, which is pretty incredible. And it was really emotional to see her. So shout out to Nicolene. I'm going to keep twirling until my arm falls off. And I will see you next time.